Now, Stephen Covey wrote a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to read that or not. I highly recommend it if you haven't. Dr. Glasser came up with the 7 habits of highly ineffective people. The 7 habits of highly, I don't respect you people. And he calls them the 7 deadly habits. And they are the things that people do to try to control other people. The 7 deadly habits. Number 1 is criticizing. Criticizing is the deadliest of the deadlies. And the more accurate you are with your criticism, the more damage it does. As Dr. Glasser says, if you're going to criticize somebody, don't make it so precise. Don't make it so exact. The second form of deadly habit is blaming, which is almost as deadly as criticizing. And the third one is complaining. Have you ever been around somebody who does nothing but complain all day long and all night long? I mean, they get old real fast, don't they? And they don't even have to be complaining about you. But if you hang around with them long enough, pretty soon they'll start complaining about you too. You just want to get away from them as much as you possibly can. And the fourth one, it sounds just like it's spelled, nagging. Nagging. If you've told somebody to do something 3 times, take my word for it, they heard you the first time. Telling them another 110 times is not going to make a bit of difference, other than probably make them more resolve the fact that they're not going to do it anyway, even if they would be better off if they did it. And the next one we have is punishing. And we punish in many different ways. It depends upon who it is that we're punishing. Little children, like the 2-year-olds, we slap their wrist and call them a bad girl or a bad boy when they're not bad at all. Okay? And then when they get a little older, we take away privileges, take away toys, send them to their room. They get a little older, and we ground them, okay? And then we get a little older in our relationships, and we punish by cutting off communication, not talking to one another, cutting off sex. I'll show you. We're not going to have to make love tonight. That's a power move, isn't it? Yeah. And then the 6th one is threatening. Do what I want you to do, and if you don't do it, I'm going to hurt you. Boy, now there's a novel concept that brings people closer together, isn't it? And the 7th one is to bribe or to reward. And I must put a specifier on the end of this because I think rewards are great. But if you use it to dangle a carrot in front of somebody's nose to get them to do something that they don't want to do, you're harming the relationship. So these are the 7 deadly habits. And these are the things that we do to try to control other people. Now, there's more than 7. I'm sure you could come up with more. But when it comes to choice theory, these are the ones that we focus on. Right? How many of these things do you do to the people who are closest to you? To your children. How many people do that on your kids? Yeah. Okay. How many people do it your husband or your wife? Well, you won't admit to that. There's one group of people that we would never ever think about using these behaviors on. Any idea who that would be?
Ourselves.
Say again?
Ourselves?
No. Our oldest, longest, and dearest friends. Yes. That's true. People say to me, Mike, if I did that to my best friends, they wouldn't be my best friend for very long. I say, that's right. But it's okay to do it to your wife or your husband. No, I guess it's not. I used to wonder all the time, what is it about a man and woman that they can be the best of friends, but the minute they have sex, it changes the whole complexity of their relationship. And I thought, man, if I knew the answer to that, wow, I'd be on Oprah tomorrow morning. Well, I got the answer to it, and I'm still not on Oprah. Okay. Here's what I think it is. After having sex with somebody, there's a sense of obligation that moves in there. Now we're obligated to one another. And that obligation, with the obligation comes the feeling of control and power. Now I can make you do what I want you to do, and you can do that to me. And that's where we get into trouble. Here's an example I always use, and it seems to work out real well, especially now this time of year, and now that the snow is melting. But if you go up to Flagstaff and go up to Snowbowl, and the guy says to his best friend, hey Ralph, I heard it snowed up in Snowbowl. Let's go skiing this weekend. He says, I'd love to, I really would. But my car's been acting up, and if I don't get it fixed this weekend, I probably won't make it to work next week. You go up, have a good time, and I'll see you when you get back. He says, fine, great. End of conversation, no big deal. So now he goes to his wife and he says, hey honey, it's snowing up in Snowball. Want to go skiing this weekend? And she says, I really would like to, but I got a hair appointment that I can't get out of this weekend. And he says, God damn it, we never do anything together. Look at the difference between the two reactions between the two people. He didn't act that way towards his best friend, did he? But he does it to his wife when he's supposed to be closer to the one he loves the most. And that's how we are. And then you wonder why relationships go bad, why marriages end in divorce. This is exactly why. How many people here have been married more than one time? Or just once and divorced? Did you use any of these things here? When things have got bad? Yeah. And you know, the funny thing about this is that when you start using the 7 deadly habits on one person, they start using them back on you. External control begets external control, doesn't it? Well, I wanted to point that out because it's very important. If you got nothing out of tonight's lecture but this, and you can say, Mike, I'm going to start learning how to not use this stuff, you're going to change your life instantly. That's simple. Just by changing this one thing. That's how important it is that you forget about the 7 deadly habits and stop using them.